says she running away.
Hi family, and welcome back to my channel. Please remember to subscribe, share, and like my video. Today, as the description says, I am working on my garage floor. I have been wanting to renovate or refresh this garage like forever. It really got out of control. My garage has never been this untidy. I normally would clean it a few times throughout the year, but yeah, this got quite out of hand. So today we have all hands on deck. I am not doing this by myself because I did not create this mess by myself. Okay, so we got all the stuff out, and now what we're doing is we have to first power wash the garage floor. So we're power washing the garage floor, and then after that we'll move on to the next step. Okay, what we're doing now is we're doing the etching. So from the kit that I got, it comes with 2 packs of the etching in it. So you just basically pour that with 2 gallons of water in the bucket. You mix it up till it's dissolved, and then you pour it on the floor and start to scrub. As we power washed previously, my floor was not as dirty or had gummy stuff on the floor still, because we power washed. But still, you want to get this in so that you follow all the steps for the application in order to ensure that your product sticks well. So what we're doing here is there are 1 or 2 cracks that's in the floor, and we're filling those cracks. So this sealant is a concrete sealant. So basically he is squeezing it in there, and I'm going with the spatula and basically flattening it out so that I don't have to do any sanding or anything like that. So after that, then we can, get to the painting. So here, I'm sorry that I didn't get a good video of the mixture. So basically it comes in that 1 bag, and that 1 bag is it has 2 parts in it, and you basically just squeeze it and it will pop into the other side, and then you just shake it around in there and it will mix up the 2 parts, because this is a 2-part product. It will mix everything up together. So here now we're about to paint. So the first thing you want to do is ensure that you have a clean surface to go with. So since this is I think this was the 2nd day, because we had to let the floor dry, or it was that afternoon. I don't remember, 1 of the 2. So now that I've started to paint, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to paint the sides first. So I'm going to paint around the sides. And of course, you have to ensure that when you start to paint your floor, you need to know which direction you want to go. Whether you're going to come from the outer part of your garage in, or you're going to come from the inner part out. And I'm saying that because you don't want to paint yourself into a corner and then you can't get out. So be very thoughtful of that. The product does state that you should paint 10-foot by 10-foot spots, and then you can put the flakes. We did about 6 foot by the 18-foot span, because we went across, and my garage is 18-foot 10, I think it is, from one side to the other. So that's the direction we went, and you'll see how I apply the flakes. So I am just doing this amount and then he can start to spread on the floor. So you really don't need a rolling pan. It's just best to spill some on the floor like he just did, and then use the roller and roll it out. The product it does have a thick consistency to it, so rolling it is, it can get tiring. For me, it was more tiring to roll this on the floor versus when I'm rolling paint on the wall, and I love to paint. So yeah, I did do the second one after this. I did it and my hands were tired. But basically, this is all you have to do now. And yeah, I'm on my rolly chair and I'm rolling across because my back be hurting me. So one thing you need to remember is you don't want to roll it out too thin. Okay, don't roll it out too thin. So basically, this is a good section that has been done, and you need it to be enough where you can lean forward to throw the flakes on. Okay, so what I'm doing with the flakes is I'm putting some of it in my hand and I am throwing it up in the air and let it fall. Don't try to sprinkle it on the floor by yourself because it's not gonna work. You're gonna have them, because they're so lightweighted, they're gonna end up falling in one spot. But if you throw them up to the ceiling, just throw them up. Remember, it's like confetti, so you just throw them up and let them fall, and they will spread evenly across the floor. So I'm taking my turn to roll so that I can say I rolled some of it. And it is tiring. My hand was so tired trying to spread that thing. So yeah, it's because the consistency is very thick. If you're wondering if one person can do this, I will say yes. But if you want to get through fast, 2 people, is sufficient. I wouldn't do more than 2 people. It starts to get too crowded. And the next thing, when you throw the flakes up and they drop, it's okay when you're rolling your second roll it rolls over it. They won't like move and stuff like that. So if you can see that little spot right there, like a lot dropped there, and that was because of how I threw it. So I was like, no, you're supposed to throw it up in the air. So once you're throwing it up in the air, they're gonna fall evenly across the floor. That is the best way to do it. Now that we're coming down to the end, we're coming from each corner to meet in the middle, and then that middle section will get done last. But we did it like that because remember, I have all that stuff right outside the door, so I wouldn't have had space to stand on the outside to be able to throw the flakes. So that's why we came from each corner to meet in the middle so that I can be able to lean. Okay guys, this is the final product. I'm having a little bit of problem down there. I don't know if you can see it. So you see right there, I think it's right there. But we had power washed the garage door, and while it was open, it was still dripping water. So because of that, the water is dripping down on the epoxy, and you know this and water is not going to mix well. So I'm going to have some spots that the paint might refuse to dry to the concrete because of that. But outside of that, it's finished. It was kind of hard to roll this paint because it is a thick consistency, but outside of that, it looks good. So the next thing we're gonna do is deal with the walls. So I have to patch out some holes, then paint, then build my cabinetry. So that's what's left to do. Bam. Okay guys, so I am going to now sweep this off, and then I'm going to put the clear coat on. I am not removing those boxes up there. If I do, then this is not going to get done because those are heavy. So I am going to tackle one side of the garage, and then and then after this is dry, I'll move these little bit of stuff right here over on that side and then do this side. But I do have to wait 5 days, it says, before I can actually bring my car in. So that's why I want to do this side first, because I really don't like my car being outside. Okay, so I'm gonna sweep it off and add the top coat, and then we're finished with this this part of my garage renovation. Next would be the walls. Okay guys, so basically they have a epoxy 2-part mixer clear coat that you can put on this, but it's still by the same company. However, it's $159 at Home Depot. This is what I'm using. Rustoleum is the clear top coat as well, and this one comes in a gallon bucket, and this one is only $36. So if you want to spend $159 and do the 2-part product, you can. If you want to do this 1 gallon, which is $36, you also can. Same company, everything is from Rustoleum. So it's not like, and there is one by Bear as well that you can use. Now this is a clear top coat. They have different types of top coats. This is a clear, high gloss top coat that I am putting on it. The purpose of this is to seal the paint work that you did and to seal the flakes into the floor. Makes your floor waterproof. Okay, so that's the purpose of doing this part. Can you skip it? I don't know. I don't know if you can skip it. If how long would your floor last? Maybe your color on your floor might start to, you know, turn yellowy or whatever. It will start to change off with the sun hitting it and so forth, the UV from the sun. So maybe you can. What will be your end result in long term? You know, you may not end up with, you know, this product. I think also by putting this on here will make your floor more easier to clean in terms of sweeping it and so forth. So that's another thing to think on. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to make sure you put this top coat on. This took me a few days to do because it was just keep rain. We had rain, it was wet, it was cold, then it got really cold. We dropped down to like 40 something degrees. I don't know what's going on. So this happened. I end up putting this on about, I want to say this is 4 days after. It's almost 4 days after we did the floor. 3 to 4 days after we did the floor is when this coat went on, because today it's really hot outside. It's nice. It's not cold. Yesterday was pretty cold. So today's hot. So I got it on, and the floor, it has a nice gloss. We had to bring some of the stuff inside because the front of my yard was looking too bad. So we had to bring some of the stuff inside. So that's why I have to do it in 2 portions. But I did 3/4 of the garage. This is how it looks. It's really glossy. It's pretty. And when this side dry, I will do the other side and we'll be finished with the floors. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Don't forget to tune back in for part 2 of this garage refresh. Bye, and see you guys on the next one.